Time to talk.
It's 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 time to talk.
Tonight, the Mid-Atlantic Racing Series reaches the end of the road, and fittingly, it comes out one of the wildest, fastest, and most demanding ovals on the calendar, Auto Club Speedway. 100 laps around the 2 miles Southern California layout will decide a championship. Long straightaways, worn-out tires, multiple grooves, and a racetrack that rewards patience just as much as speed. We're so glad you could join us here on Green Flag TV for all the action. Marty Sakala alongside Sheldon Atkins, Dustin Allis working in mission control. And we're at the end of the road here of the season, Dustin. And we're at a track where it does not just ask who has the fastest car, it asks who can keep that car alive for the final run.
Oh, yeah, it's all about tire management here. Very abrasive surface with all the bumps that built into this track before it became the world's fastest Amazon fulfillment center. But lots of different grooves for these guys to choose from as well. You're going to see cars all the way from the painted line down into the corner up against the fence. And it's going to be anybody's guess who's going to come out on top here tonight. But, well, I think we got a couple guesses. Who you thinking right now, buddy?
Well, let's show you the championship picture. It's simple. 3 drivers mathematically remain. Everyone else has been eliminated. Josh Grasso has been the absolute dominant driver this season with control of this title fight on the season as a whole, a bunch of wins, and he doesn't need to be perfect. He just needs to survive, and the championship will be his. But behind him, Zach Case coming off the win last week at Pocono, his second win of the year. Angel Hernandez in the 42. They need the kind of night that drivers dream about. For Kaser, the path is perfection. Lead a lap, lead the most laps, grab the fastest lap, try to sit on the pole, win the stage, win the race, finish with a 0x, and then hope Grasso finishes 21st or worse without any extra points. And then for Angel Hernandez, the mission is almost the same, but the mountain just a little taller. Needs everything to go his way, and Grasso would need to finish 24th or lower.
That's going to be a tall order to ask, too, because Grasso has been so good this year.
Then you look at the team points there, Dunkdown Motorsports, 10 wins on the year for Josh Grasso. And then the rest have just been in firefights of their own, basically, this year. So the stage is set, the math is clear, and the margin for error is gone, as we are moments away from going racing here at Fontana, California. And tonight's race is brought to you by our friends at Admin Box, a purpose-built hardware tool designed to simplify race control for iRacing League admins. Rather than typing commands or relying on complex key bindings, Admin Box offers a physical button box that connects via USB with pre-programmed commands tailored specifically for race management tasks. Its buttons feature LED backlighting for easy visibility, making it ideal for fast-paced and high-pressure race environments. In essence, it transforms asynchronous typing into quick tactile control, allowing you to trigger cautions, manage drivers, handle pit commands, and more, all with the press of a button. Going over to adminbox.com, when purchasing, use code MARS-BOX for 10% off all orders, and check out what they have to offer. And by 4 Mile Media and Design. 4 Mile provides professional creative services tailored to the racing community, such as custom paint schemes and graphics, race winner overlays and event graphics, and video clipping and editing. At 4 Mile, you make your racing moments look as sharp off the track as they do on it. Going over to 4mile.net and check them out. Don't forget to use code MARS15 for a discount. That's MARS15. Well, we're starting to wrap up the season here, and qualifying is almost in the books. And looking at the qualifying here at the moment, I see 23, 24 drivers picking up the count this evening, and I should say 23 drivers have taken time at least, and Wesley Triplett under a minute left to go here in qualifying, currently the quickest car at the moment. You take a look at Auto Club Speedway before NASCAR destroyed it. 2 Mile racetrack, 14 degrees of banking, progressive banking I should add as well, which leads to multi-groove racing here. And then more importantly as well, at the same time, the abrasiveness of this racetrack is well shouted. This is a place that was not repaved at all. It goes back to the 1997 asphalt when this track opened up, which means it's all about saving tires this evening.
This place will absolutely wear you out, and you can chew them tires up really quick here. You know, it's just lots of bumps all the way around this track. You especially really notice them going down the back straightaway. The car really just bounces around a whole lot. Corners a little bit rough for the wear. You're basically just looking for clean air when you come here and wherever the grip may end up being. And with the dynamic track updates we've made here recently, well, that's just about anybody's guess here at this point.
Qualifying is almost in the books here, just about in the books, I should say. And so it's Wesley Triplett. I'll get the pole position here. We'll start alongside Matt Forns. That'll be your front row. Get the starting lineup here in just a couple of moments here. But it'll be a fun one before we give you the starting lineup here. Actually, no, we've got it here now. So Wesley Triplett on pole position with his time, a 41.085, and the outside of him, it's Matt Forns in car number 10. Row 2, Aaron Barnacle in the 66. The outside, Dominic Barbagallo in the 77. The third row, Justin Barkley in the 57. Top 5 all separated by a tenth of a second. The outside, it's Ryan Fleck in the 9. Row number 4, it's Wyatt Walker in the 71/85. Next to him, Michael Smith in the 45. And then rounding out the top 10, your first championship contender, Josh Grasso in the 1. And Caleb McKinney in the 76.
Running out the grid field. 11th is going to be the 44 machine of Brandon Bagaski with Andrew Tenold starting 12th. 13th going to be the 8 machine of Jonathan Nance with Chance Manning starting up top in 14th. 15th place on the grid going to be the 18 machine of Brian White with championship hopeful Angel Hernandez starting in P16. 17th place going to be Dennis Kane with Ed Brown starting P18. Then running out the top 20, another championship hopeful here, Zach Case in the 6th machine is going to lead Ryan Walker into turn 1 and 20th.
And not the best qualifying run for Case at all, rolling off in 21st. That's John Walker in the 94. 22nd position is Michael Gervey in the 13. 23rd, Wayne Garland, and then the rest via iRating. We've got Nate Lee in the 16. The choose cone is some reason a GTP. I don't know why. And Brandon Puffenbarger in the 5. They round out the grid here. So 25 drivers take the green flag here this evening. Go ahead.
Kind of worried a little bit about the choose cone. That's a lot more surface area for these guys to hit here tonight. I feel like the likelihood of the choose cone getting clipped is a little bit more probable this week than in weeks past.
Well, it's been over a month since the choose cone was last hit. Add on to the tires, the abrasive racetrack, the track temp as well. 119 degrees. 88 degree air temp outside. That's Chamber of Commerce weather out in Southern California. So as we get set to go racing here, let's set the scene for tonight. 100 laps around Auto Club Speedway. Something to keep in mind, the stage break is at lap 30. With the fuel window at 65%. The window about 26 to 29 laps, so drivers may not be able to make it on a full stop possibly. We'll just have to see how that goes. This will be a 3-stop race, drivers using every set of tires possible and no fast repairs. Very quick before we go green, Dustin, your keys to victory. I'm sorry, Sheldon.
Man, key for victory tonight, I mean, it's just going to be find the clean air. That's going to be imperative here. You're going to be searching for the groove all the way throughout the race. This track's going to go through so many stages. They lay rubber down. Don't be afraid to move around this place either. You kind of treat this track like a dirt track because that line's going to move a lot throughout the night. And then it's just going to come down to that fuel mileage you mentioned it a second ago as we come down into the initial start zone.
As we say, where else would you rather be than right here, right now, the final race of the season. Let's go out with a bang. It's showtime at Auto Club Speedway.
Oh, they're wrecking in the back already. One car head on into the outside fence at the line.
That's Ryan Walker in the 98 that went around. That's happening in the back of the pack. Meanwhile, the action up near the front. Side by side for the lead, Triplett and Barnacle. They were 3 wide for third just a couple moments ago. That's Triplett with the lead. Forns tries to get the slipstream off of the 74 to clear for second. Barnacle, big slime as they've called him late in the season. Downstairs for that second spot. Can he slide up? He can't just yet. Off at turn 4. Lap 1 of the line to be led by Wesley Triplett.
Also big moves a little bit further in the back right now. Your points leader, Josh Grosso, drove up from 9th place to 6th here on the first lap. Sent it way down to the bottom there into 3 and 4 to get past the machine of Barkley. Able to make up some quick spots here early. Let's hope he can keep those tires alive.
Barnacle tries to get the run around the outside. Now the high side can be the preferred line at Auto Club, and same with the bottom. When you use the high side, you can sometimes risk using more tires than normal. Barnacle cuts down right in front of the 77 of Dominic Barbagallo. Now tries to pull even with Forns for the 2 spot. That won't be able to work. Meanwhile, how about the start from Josh Grosso in the 1? You see him just behind the race leaders. Already up 3 spots early in the 6th position. The other 2 championship contenders, Zach Case already up 7 positions. In 12th, Angel Hernandez is up 2 into 14th.
And Zach Case right now running way up against the fence, almost 3 wide here with him in the 51 machine at 10 old in the 45 with Michael Smith stuck in the middle. Zach Case going to find the momentum down the back straightaway, pull himself ahead. Good run here early for the 6 machine, but he's running really aggressive on that outside lane. Was running just about the fence through 1 and 2. I wonder about the longevity of those good years if he keeps that up.
Oh, we got trouble with Barnacle with a 66. That is off the bumper of the Ryan Fleck 9 machine. First yellow waves, lap 4. And that is a classic product. That's a normal product of Auto Club Speedway. You see drivers try to slide up and clear the driver from behind, and then we see accidents like that break out.
That's one of the things about this place too. You know, that multi-groove nature. It's can sometimes turn into a recipe for disaster because it's so hard to pass. Because whether you're on the top line or the bottom line, you run just about equal lap times. It's just a matter on which part of the corner and which part of the track is your strength. So sometimes you get those moments where somebody goes to try to throw a big move like that, and they just slide up. The car on the outside gets the momentum, and they just meet in the middle.
We're going to show you first off. This is what happened at the start. Watch Walker in the Camel 98. Excuse me, out to the outside of the Camel car. Contact the stack up the outside row, and Ryan's car just goes around. And show you what happened here. Now, I should mention this caution flag I mentioned about pit strategy is Fleck will bring his 9 in, obviously involved in that accident. Everyone should be good to go the distance now as they can safe go here. Watch Barnacle off of turn 4.
Yeah, just try to slide up there in front. Slides up there in front, gets a little arrow loose when you got the 9 to the back bumper there, and it just pulls that car around a little bit, tries to check it up to keep it straight, and 2 just make a little bit of contact there. Try to come forward with Fleck here through 3 and 4. See the 66 Barnacle has him cleared, but just a little loose there. See the car start to set to the left a little bit, and right when that car starts to snap around is when the 9 gets into the back of him, and calamity from there.
Caution flag waves here. Look at the choose cone here in position. Let's talk a little bit more about this facility while we're at it. Obviously, before its demolition. A worn-out, wide-open, multi-groove driver's track with a stopwatch changes every lap of the run. Now, yes, this track is a lot similar to Michigan by its appearance, but this is not Michigan West here, Sheldon. It's a big, wide, D-shaped 2-mile oval.
This place has kind of always throughout the years, obviously doesn't remind me much at all of Michigan just because it drives so different. If there's any track on the circuit that kind of reminds me of a little bit is that's where we're going this week in real life. This place has always kind of reminded me a little bit of Chicagoland, the way that you kind of have to chase the line, the way that the car from lap to lap just feels like it's giving you something entirely different, and the way that you can really get that outside lane to cook some huge momentum moves down the front straightaway. It's always felt a little bit more like that, especially with the bumps.
Interesting that the choose cone was backwards there for the choose, but hey, it's the end of the season, so I guess it's boys have at it.
I think he was probably flashing the headlights at these guys as they were coming along.
Probably distracted them, trying to convince them to hit it. All right, so we'll go green this time by. At the scene here, Wesley Triplett, Matt Forns, row 1, Dominic Barbagallo, and Josh Grosso, row 2. Caleb McKinney, Justin Barkley, row 3, Brendan Bagaski, Wyatt Walker, row 4, Michael Smith and Zach Case round out the top 10. So Grosso 4th, Case in 10th, Hernandez in 13th. Championship drivers here at the moment as we get set to come back to the green flag. Triplett is the control car for this restart. Look from the drone there off for turn 4. Driver selected the outside line. You can see there on this restart is trying to get that track position on the fastest way around. We're back up through the gears here at Auto Club. Triplett able to hold serve. How does this battle for second play out here?
77 Machine Barbagallo going to send it all the way down by the stripe here through 1 and 2 to try and get clear of the 10 Machine of Forns. Forns using that outside lane though to keep the momentum up as it's a gaggle of cars behind. 3 wide with Zach Case working the top here down the back straightaway. Barbagallo is able to sneak away second place though coming to the 3.
Here goes Grosso underneath on Forns for the 3rd position. Barbagallo tries to shut the door right in his face. Grosso able to slide up, move him up to the
Grosso's
third
loose.
spot. Got a little bit sideways as you saw there off before. And now you see what Wesley Triplett's trying to do in the 74. Also part of the 2-mile D-shaped ovals. Trying to break the draft here so he prevents Barbagallo from getting a slipstream down the front stretch. You see behind them, he'll have a lot more pandemonium back here. McKinney, Barkley, Fords, and Grosso for 3rd and 5th position respectively, 2 by 2. Down the back straight, McKinney considers it. 3 wide to 3, he'll take the chance at it.
I'm just worried this ain't going to last for long, boys. Right now, stuck in the middle is your points leader, Josh Grosso. The 10 Machine of Forns going to rocket around the outside lane. Dr. Pepper Chevrolet trying to get the advantage over the 76 Machine of Caleb McKinney. Good momentum here in a 1. Look at the amount of wind stickers on the side of that 1 machine right now, too.
This
like
has
he's
been
been
the
keeping
dominant
score.
driver all season long. 10 wins on the year. Only 1 win, though, during the chase. That came at Texas. Of course, race 2 won by Angel Hernandez. Race 3 won by Zach Case. Last 2 races, Richmond and Pocono, respectively, by those 2 winners. Now
Oh,
McKinney was a part of the battle for the win last week at Pocono late in the going. To clear Grasso for just a moment, but the one car able to cross over. And here comes behind him Justin Barkley, who's had a rough season and is trying to get a good finish to close out this season.
Oh, Grosso's tight, loses the nose a little bit there through 1 and 2, almost slides in the door. McKinney's going to hurt him really big on the momentum, but it also checked up the 76 as well. Packed air to the left rear quarter panel, made the 76 run tight as well. On the back straightaway side draft here from Grosso on the 76 into 3. He's going to try and pull ahead here, but McKinney's going to stand in it.
3 wide with Bogaski trying to look low. Barkley a little bit tight in the 57 this time. Angel Hernandez is also want to play in this battle. Grosso and McKinney, meanwhile, watch for the 4th position as they bang doors with each other some love taps. Not sure. Casey got definitely got a good view of that. Not sure if the 42 of Hernandez did as well. Meanwhile, for the race lead, Dominic Barbagallo is closed down Wesley Triplett. 74 car trying to be a snake and break the draft. Triplett's come oh so close to really getting a win here late in the season as Triplett had the best car at Texas but fell a position short. Josh Grosso, meanwhile, 3 wide mid-pack. This is for the 7th spot. Barkley, Bogaski, and Chance Manning.
I'll tell you what, too, there's been a couple situations this season where Triplett should have probably walked out with the hardware. You know, we think of Texas where, you know, he did come up 1 spot short. Race kind of turned into a bit of a chaos fest near the end. A couple cautions cut him out of the running for the win. Then you also look back, you know, early in the season as well, Phoenix, you know, had it pretty much in the bag. Contact between him and Manning, both drivers getting a little too aggressive. And that one fell to the wayside as well.
That one definitely one that got away for 74. Here's Brandon Bogaski. Good start for him. The 44 started back in 11th, currently scored in the 7th spot. Barkley starts to fade a little bit in this 57. Hernandez tries to make the pass around the outside after starting from the 16th spot. Now up to 8th as the slipstream all continues. Couple of scrapes there. You see a little bit of smoke there from car contact with the wall. I think that's net code at the same time, but regardless, everybody here continues on. So we're nearing halfway through the stage. It's still Triplett who's led all the laps. As got a problem here with Michael Smith in the 45 off the pace. But started back in the 8th position.
Look, another one's kind of crept his way up here to the front a little bit. Right behind
oh,
Zach
there
Case,
was help.
You got Angel Hernandez in the mix. As we see, look at the slide there for the 45 machine. Smith, that was one hell of a save there from the Milwaukee Chevrolet.
I believe that was Wyatt Walker, who's got the 85 number on. And it was Walker that caught the back of Michael Smith. So we start to get this run to develop here. Top 6 cars just about, or maybe top 7 cars just about all single file. As you start to get this run going, as the run ages, you want to try and find the right lane. As we've learned in the past, it's a battle for the race lead. Hold that thought there, Sheldon. Here comes Barbagallo downstairs. It is a drag race down the back. Can Barbagallo get the run here into 3? Triplett barely shuts the door on the 77.
Triplett's been really smart up here at the front, too. I've been watching since we took the green flag 15 laps ago. That 74 is doing an excellent job at just using that arrow to his advantage. There's been a lot of times where Barbagallo's gotten a great run, and Triplett just shuts the door on him, takes away that front steer through the corner, and it tightens that second-place machine up so bad you can't really do anything. You got to pretty much stab the brake on corner exit to avoid hitting the fence. You're going to probably see a touch of that here again as you see Barbagallo up to the fence here through 1 and 2, gets a little bit tight up into the fence, and here comes the 74 to cover.
And here comes a run as well from Forns on the 10 to make this a triple threat match. The race lead here in Fontana. But let's go back to what I was just talking about moments ago. Early in a run, the bottom may be the shortest way around, but as tires wear, drivers will start searching. Middle, top, arcing the corner, getting back to throttle earlier. Fontana's wide corners, they are known for giving drivers several usable grooves.
There's lots of ways you can run this place. And this looks kind of familiar here as we run on board with the 42 machine manager Hernandez. Always been pretty accustomed to seeing a 42 hot rod run about a quarter of an inch off the fence around this track.
And take a look at this. Auto Club also has that aero cushion as well, a lot similar to Homestead Miami. It's the Larson line, as we like to call it, time to time.
Which is weird, because I don't think Larson's really been up there much since he went to Hendrick. It's kind of turned into a bit of a bottom feeder.
Well, here's the thing. We only went to Auto Club Speedway once since he went to Hendrick.
Well, Homestead as well. Kind of used to seeing him on the bottom there.
Yeah, that is true. Now that you say that. So, lap 18 here at the moment. Got some good battles here. Grasso for 4th on McKinney. Top 3 all just separated by about 4 car lengths at best. Side by side, a pair of championship contenders he saw there in the foreground. Now in the background, Case and Hernandez the race for 7th as Grasso gets a run on McKinney for the 6th spot rather. Here we go for the lead. Barbagallo, second chance underneath on Wesley Triplett. Do we have our first lead change of the night possibly? Not sure just yet. Forns all the way down to Mama's basement. Barbagallo, can he clear? Not yet. It's a drag race down the back.
Yeah, Triplett got that outside line to hook up there, and it's just so hard if you can't track out all the way to the wall here to be able to make the pass because you have to lose so much momentum on the straightaway in the process. 94 machine and Triplett now running defensive on the outside line, trying to hold the 77 machine behind him. Barbagallo gets a little bit loose down the bottom, has to pedal it up against the fence here for Triplett.
Behind them, Grasso and McKinney still race for the 4th spot.
And as snug as Grasso got the first couple laps on this sequence here, I'm surprised that one machine can even go remotely forward here as you see him work the outside line now through 1 and 2 to pull ahead of that machine of McKinney.
Look at Triplett snaking all the way to the bottom of the racetrack. The 3 behind decide to go with them too.
Nothing like a little extra load on the tires here on the straightaway to really make them want to work with you for too long.
Hernandez and Case, meanwhile, for the 6th position. 2 championship contenders going at it. Just hoping that Grasso has a rough moment before the stage ends.
Case up into the fence.
The wall. I think Hernandez lifted his wall. Yeah, the 42 car got tight as the battle for the lead breaks out once again. As Barbagallo couldn't get the exit he wanted, and now Forns his company from 3rd. Grasso around the outside for the bottom step of the podium. So I believe we are being told unofficially, now this would not be final, as long as Grasso finishes in the top 10 in the stage, this championship should just about be wrapped up.
I'll see how it could. At the same time, I mean, look at how dominant of a season Grasso has had here. You see it on the C-post there. Maybe not the best playoff, that he was looking for, but, I mean, he's dominated this season all the way back in Daytona. I mean, started off strong with the first win of the year and has yet to really relinquish much as we've gone on through the season.
It's 9 stickers on the 1 car this season. Well, behind them, McKinney caught the wall. I don't know if you saw that on the rearview mirror. And he lost a spot because of it to Angel Hernandez in the 42. So now move Hernandez up to 5th and maybe even Zach Case into the 6th position. Got Ed Brown through the grass across the front straightaway. We'll get our check what happened there in just a couple of moments. We're still watching what's happening near the front. This is what happened with Ed, and I think he just lost it. He did. Tried to save it. Caught the wall pretty good.
Fortunate for him that didn't end up being a caution flag here.
Absolutely.
Pretty hard blow to the outside fence. That car is going to be beat up after that.
Grasso's Speaking of outside fence, this is what happened with McKinney, why he lost the spot to Hernandez. You got to get that run exiting turn number 4 or else it'll cost you.
And that was a huge blow to the outside wall there, too. I wonder if that might have done a little bit of under suspension damage to that car.
It's always about corner exit over corner entry. Here to track like Fontana. Grasso, let me check that. Forn's trying to get the 3rd spot back from Grasso. Forn's now with another challenger. Angel Hernandez make it now. The 4th position. His car has improved incredibly on this long run. In fact, your top 2 biggest movers in this race are both fighting for the championship. Case up 12, Hernandez up 11.
Yeah, I was kind of worried when I saw how far they were on qualifying, but how difficult it would be for them to even get themselves in position to fight for, a top 5 finish here. But both Hernandez and Case digging deep here early to try and maximize on stage points, to try to not to lose too much here to Grasso here. You see Hernandez ripping the outside line, trying to get past the machine of Matt Forns here. Going to be able to clear him at the start-finish line. Forns falls back in line here into 1 and 2.
While back up near the front, Barbagallo trying to reel in triplets still to fly past the speed shots. Look at that. From first all the way back to the 10th position. That's 10 cars all in one shot. 2.3 seconds separate them. That's awesome, especially in this long run, Sheldon.
That's the thing about Auto Club, man. You got so many different options, so many different lanes you can choose from. It's not like the other tracks where we all kind of just ride around single file and, lose touch with the cars in front of you. You've got choices here. And you got so many ways you can manipulate the arrow, too, to hold guys back. As we see a little bit of side draft there from the 54 machine of Chance Manning. Manning up against the fence and sideways. Does he save it? Yes, he does.
That is dirt tracking it off for turn 2. Manning was just about trying to rip the lip there. We now go to 2nd. Horns on the spoiler of Barbagallo. These have been the 2 big enemies this season as they finished 1-2 in the regular season. Barbagallo got eliminated after last week. Here's how Manning got sideways. As you see around the outside, Grasso clears Barbagallo. Move the 1 up to the 2nd spot. Pit road is closed for the rest of this stage. 2 laps left before the caution flag.
Grasso have enough of the tank here to get up to the 74 machine of Triplet to challenge for the stage win here. See the 1 machine working that outside lane right now. Right behind him, though, here comes the 42 machine of Angel Hernandez. Great launch down the back straightaways. He tries to close to the door of the 1 machine. He is going to clear the 77, though, of Barbagallo into 3.
The championship contenders now 2nd, 3rd, and 7th. Actually, 2nd, 4th, and 7th. Barbagallo counters it back, tries the slide job. Not clear, though, allows Hernandez to hang on to 3rd position for right now. 1 lap to go. Grasso trying to win the stage and just about secure the championship. Triplet trying to lead every lap to the stage win.
Also working the top here through 1 and 2. Going to get a huge surge of momentum down the back straightaway if Triplet isn't able to shut the door in his face. Triplet slides wide here out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Grasso going to use the slipstream to try and close to the back bumper of the 74 machine into 3.
Final time before the final green and white checkered of the season. It's Wesley Triplet, the number 74. Grasso trying to chase him down 1 final time. Won't get there. Wesley Triplet picks up the stage win. Grasso 2nd, Hernandez 3rd, Barbagallo 4th, Forns 5th, McKinney 6th, Bogaski 7th, Case 8th, Barkley 9th, and Manning in 10th. We will step aside and go to break, and when we come back, pit stops here at Fontana. Stay with us as the Mid-Atlantic Racing Series on Green Flag TV. Pit stop's underway here for the first time tonight, and without question, 4 tires and fuel is the game plan for everyone. And I have a good feeling those tires were definitely used up following the stage.
Oh, certainly. These guys were absolutely sending it here, trying to make position for that final stage of the year. And, I mean, this place wears them out to begin with, but there were some huge haymaker moves being thrown at the start. From what I have heard over the driver chatter, too, it sounds like the one machine of Grosso has clinched the title. So, a couple congratulations being thrown out there under the caution towards him.
Absolutely. If that's the case, big congrats to Grosso. Definitely deserves to win the championship after such a dominant year. A 9-win season. 11 top 5s, 16 top 10s, and 18 starts. It's just been very, very impressive. So, well, if we want to get a good idea on tires, let me check in on somebody that may have a good idea on that. Okay, sir, I don't know if you got a mic still. It's Marty and the boys. You got a copy?
Yeah, I was able to find one on Amazon, so unfortunately I do have a copy, gentlemen. How's it going?
It's good. I just want to ask you this. How were the tires after the stage? What were they at?
I mean, 39 on the right front. You saw me up there cooking it. I had a really bad quali run, so I just had to, you know, go up there to the top, feel like I was Kyle Larson for about 10 laps, and then obviously lost it. So bad pit stop for me too, so I'm going to come in, take fuel, see if I can stretch it a little bit longer than these guys, get a tire advantage at the end.
All right, there you go. All right, man, we'll let you go. Good luck the rest of the way, all right?
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. So there goes Zach Case in the 6 as they choose. I just wanted to check. I just want to check in with him and see how the tires look. So a lot of drivers are around that 30% mark. And that was in nearly what was nearly a full fuel run too, Sheldon.
These tires going to wear out pretty quick here tonight, and that's what we just heard there, confirmed. Now, I'm expecting to be a little bit better on this run, though, with the rubber being built up on the track. The tire wear always kind of fades down a little bit. So this run, you guys might see a little bit better numbers when they come into pit road at the end. As we can look at the track conditions right now. Currently, ambient temp 87 degrees, 115 degrees on the track, though. That's a slick surface here for Auto Club. And once you get around that 115 to 120 mark, this place starts to kind of just be a slight taste of death when you come out of the corners.
And we are hearing that the choose cone was actually hit on pit lane. We can't confirm 100% or not. But let's reset the field. Wesley Triplett, Dominic Barbagallo, row 1. Angel Hernandez and Matt Forns, row 2. Caleb McKinney, Josh Grasso, row 3. Brendan Bagaski, Justin Barkley, row 4. Andrew Tenold and Ryan Fleck round out the top 10. Here we go, back to green, a third of the way through here in Fontana, California.
Back away here, Wesley Triplett gets a good launch there off the line. Going to try and control 3 lanes behind him here through 1 and 2. Here comes 77 machine of Barbagallo back up the hill here, trying to get to the back of the 74 machine.
Barbagallo trying to get the slipstream, not what Hernandez wanted. Forns tries to slot up in front of Josh Grasso. And drivers trying to hang around the bottom side for right now. Forns looking on Hernandez, meanwhile, for the 3rd position. Can't find anywhere to go there. Grasso and McKinney race for the 5th spot with Brandon Bagaski in the back of both of them. A great run for the 44 so far, Sheldon.
Yeah, 44 is having a pretty good night here tonight. So with more side by side right now, Grasso kind of falling backwards here on this restart a little bit. Didn't get the best run through pit road there and lost a little bit of track position. Now stuck here in a little bit of dirty air. So he goes at it side by side here into turns 3 and 4 with that 44 machine of Bagaski.
6th spot on the line and Andrew Tenold. Oh, Grasso up in the wall off of contact for the 44. Bagaski was able to save it, but guess what? Josh Grosso for the salesman is a championship in his back pocket. Another car severs it. Still Bagaski. Oh, he got tattooed from behind. The 94 of John Walker.
Oh, for
And
the
we got
lead
a
right
race
now,
for the
down the
lead
back
meanwhile.
straightaway.
And they
Oh,
touch
they make
again.
contact in the 3. Up the hill gets a
Barbagallo and
74.
Triplet. First lead change of the night. It's Dominic Barbagallo after last lap running his best lap of the race at a 40.71. Takes the lead at the line, and John Walker has come to a stop. And has towed it. Fernandez and Fords behind them. Race for P3.
Oh, there's a lot to
After all
digest
of-
here.
Go ahead.
There's a lot to digest here. I mean, we had, you know, your champion making contact there on the front straightaway with Bagaski. Both cars went up into the fence, and a wreck that followed that. And for the race lead, I mean, Barbagallo just absolutely steamrolled the 74 machine of Triplet to get by him. And, you know, that's a bold strategy. You don't see people try to pull that one very often. It's going to be interesting to see what happens if Triplet's able to get back to him.
Now let's see what happened here. Oh, they were just racing for the same piece of real estate, and then everyone just got loosey-goosey. And then you see Bagaski trying everything to save it.
Oh,
And John Walker tries to miss it. And John wasn't too happy at Brandon. I got no idea why, though, in that situation. I get he's frustrated that he suffered more damage, but what can you do at times? So, well, as a result, we've got Grosso in 13th, Bagaski and Walker now 23rd and 24th. That officially eliminates Angel Hernandez from the championship. This was the change for the race lead between Barbagallo and Triplet. That's the contact before the run to turn number 3. Triplet trying to fend, Barbagallo trying to side draft at the same time, with the Bird Racing 77 now out to the point.
starting to see that aggression starting to weigh pretty heavy here. Last chance of the season, you know. Grosso may have the title locked up, but you know, everybody wants to go out here. You know, you want to run the last race of the season. If you had a bad year, you just want to come out here with the wins. We run on board with Ed Brown as he went through the grass again here on the front straightaway.
Earlier on here. Oh, this was the choose cone. This
Oh.
was the choose cone.
Oh, no, the choose
Restart
cone.
the countdown clock. We watched the. It had been 3 weeks. Now it's been 0, and will stay 0 the rest of the season.
Oh, man. Luckily for these guys, they're going to be able to build a high score with the off-season break here.
Hear me out. They need a durable truck for the Choose Co next season. And I'm not talking about a NASCAR truck. I'm talking about a Pro 4 truck. We're hearing that Jonathan Nance, the black flag moments ago, is for the real lead. Go back to that, guys. Wesley Triplet back up there with Barbagallo. He wants his top spot back. Here's what happened with Nance. This was no, he just spun out, almost hit the attenuator, and basically pulled a Kurt Busch without the tire going off. A speeding penalty for the 8 car. Fortunately, that's iRacing, Susan.
I will say, I don't think they'll be able to do the pro truck, though, because remember when they ran the rallycross car earlier in the year, you couldn't refuel it. They ran out of gas a couple times. I think at Bristol especially.
That is true. That is a good point you make, although could specify the difference between dirt oval and dirt trucks and regular ovals. Here goes Triplet trying to get the race lead back. Drove it into 3 very deep. Barbagallo should clear. And that he does.
Barbagallo up here at the front right now trying to keep the 74 machine of Wesley Triplet at bay. Triplet going to go all the way up against the fence here through 1 and 2 to try and find that extra momentum. Working that aero cushion that you talked about earlier. Gets a good launch down the back straightaway, but the 77 machine of Barbagallo is going to be there to hold him up down the backstretch.
Meanwhile, behind them, Justin Barkley has a company as well for the 8th position. It's Nate Lee in the 16, who we've yet to talk about tonight. Lee started in the back from 26th spot and is now in 9th. Great run for the 16 car tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely a good run. As we look looking good right now. Everybody's kind of single filed here. You know, all the chaos that we saw early kind of broke up some of those runs and some of these packs that we had on that first stint.
Oh, Triplett, meanwhile, back out front for a moment, trying to slide job the 77. And now Triplett tries to run the race leader all the way down to the apron. Look how bumpy that back straightaway was. Saw the front end come up for just a moment. And now Barbagallo tries a slide job here on Wesley Triplett. Trading sliders back and forth. Here's a counter back for the 74. Barbagallo tries to shut the door. They touch once again. Wesley Triplett back to the point with 44 laps complete.
Triplett giving it all that he's got here, trying to hold that 77 machine of Barbagallo behind him. Now the 77 ducks down to the bottom here through 1 and 2. On the back straightaway, 74 machine working the outside line. Triplett going to be able to pull ahead here down the backstretch.
This is some good stuff for the race lead. This is allowing Angel Hernandez and Ryan Fleck to both close in on the top two. Remember, 4th place Ryan Fleck. There's a vote of the first caution with the 66 of Aaron Barnacle. And Fleck's done a great job recovering from that. He's trying to get up there with this dummy racing teammate of Triplett. Fleck in 4th.
Triplett got a really good run there too, holding that 77 machine of Barbagallo behind him. And it's about to be a battle here for 3rd place right now. Angel Hernandez trying to hang on to the spot. Here comes the 9 machine of Fleck as he's under fire from the 76 of Caleb McKinney.
About Andrew Tenold. The 51 also up there as well. Everyone wanted to stay in that dirty air for right now. No one really wants to risk the clean air at the moment as they were nearly 3 wide. The 3rd position, hang on, Ryan Fleck. Got a little bobbly there off of turn number 4. McKinney saw it right next to him and said, good save from that one, partner.
So the 76 machine of McKinney going to use that inside line to pull ahead of the 9 machine of Fleck here through 1 and 2. McKinney going to move up to 4th spot here down the back straightaway.
Meanwhile, in the back of the field, final car on the lead lap. Cars on the lead lap, Zach Case, Josh Grasso, and Michael Gervey. Now, it looks like from what we are hearing possibly, that the 3 cars back here are trying to save fuel possibly. Now, we're expecting a 2-stop race for the rest of the way through, but do these drivers think they can make it on just 1? Well, let's talk about that here. Let's think about it for a moment while we watch the racing up near the front still, Sheldon. My strategy was pit around after the stage break, pit around lap 56, 59, and then 82 to 88 to make it to the end. If you're trying to save a little bit of fuel, they may be trying to stretch it out to maybe 65, 70, and then they're going to have to hope for a caution flag at the same time. Battle for 2nd. Hernandez doesn't have help though from behind. Fleck gives the 77 the bump draft into turn 1. Hernandez move up to the 2 spot. A slide job up off the corner and move Hernandez up to 2nd. And this is allowing Wesley Triplett to pull away here, Sheldon, the lead. Biggest it's been all night long at 1 second, and now Fleck pops out of line.
I'm wondering if Barbagallo looked at the fuel mileage there and thought that he might need to start saving here. Because he's hemorrhaged a whole lot of time. That 77 was all over the back bumper, keeping him honest the whole first stage. I can't imagine that he went out there and overutilized the tires.
Look at the run, though, for the 51 of Andrew Tenold. Best performance he has had so far this season on a non-drafting track oval. And now Tenold underneath on Fleck for the bottom step of the podium, move the 51 up to P3.
Yeah, good run here for that 51. It's a little bit loose out of turn 2. Car gets a little bit nervous. crossing up in front of the 9 machine. A little bit of air pulled off the spoiler. Able to complete the pass, though, on Ryan Fleck. Now Fleck has to fight. Here comes the 76 machine. McKinney's going to send it deep into turn 3 here. Going to try and pull a slider if he can just find a hole between the 51 and the 9, but not able to get the momentum. A little bit of a wiggle on the bottom of the track for the 76, and he's going to be falling backwards here as they freight train around him on the top.
This is a gaggle of cars into turn 1. Remember when we said before the stage break it was 10 cars? This time it's 11 cars racing for the top spot at the moment. That is awesome.
This track puts on great racing. It's a shame that we don't come here anymore.
Absolutely. Nate Lee, the 4th spot, and Ryan Fleck.
And hey, you remember who won here the last time, don't you?
I do. And we just did it. Ironically, we just talked about on lap 51.
Yeah, I just looked up and saw 51. Yep. It's crazy how that works out, ain't it? As we got our eyes on the 51 machine at Snold right now. Oh, but he gets a little tight there up into the door. Fleck, but Fleck able to keep the momentum up there. Luckily, Snold pedaled it down a little bit to avoid getting into him. Too bad.
Ryan Walker in the 98 is taking his car pit side for now. Meanwhile, Lee got a big run, almost made contact with Tanola to the 51. Here comes Wyatt Walker now with a 71. 3 wide for position.
Oh, they touch.
At the start-finish line. And look at this run from Chance Manning. Trying to go 4 for 1 into the corner just now. Through goes Hamilton. Well, through goes Manning this time. Hang on, Wyatt Walker.
Is so loose.
4 tracks in the center of 1 and 2.
Yeah,
Thank
16.
goodness, this is insane.
16, Nate Lee did not appreciate getting doored like that, so he just stayed on that back bumper through 1 and 2 to pull that machine around. There's a little bit of retaliation there, and it worked because he's going to get past him here into 3.
This is some good racing here as we are past the halfway mark. 52 making 53 complete across the start-finish line. 47 laps remain here at Auto Club Speedway. Pit stops are coming here for the front runners. Should expect them by around lap 60 or so, and maybe even just a couple of laps in time. Walker up the wall, and I think Caleb McKinney popped the wall too a couple moments ago. But we're watching this race for second. Ryan Fleck trying to make it a dummy racing 1-2 showdown here as they go into 3.
Ryan Fleck going to try and work the outside line here through 3 and 4 to get a little bit of clean air to the nose to try and find the run to get past the 41 or the 42 of Hernandez. Not going to find it there that time, though, and it's an old currently up to 4th place. I mean, he talked about a stellar run that he's having so far. It just, the more laps that he's able to run up here, the better those odds are going to be. That car looks like he's got some really good long run pace in it here tonight.
Wyatt Walker again has an angry car through 1 and 2. Somehow is still in the 8th position. This is the onboard with the 85/71.
You got to think, too, last time we looked at the track temp was 115 degrees here, and Wyatt Walker had a slide or two there. You got to imagine that those tires are not too happy with him right now, and the more that you slip these tires around in this next-gen car, the worse you're going to be.
Especially on the right sides, which you have to keep up. And it's also, we haven't talked about this too much tonight here, Jonah, but the drivers at the same time are trying to manage the dirty air. We're seeing the leader stretching out right now, but in traffic, the car may get tight behind another car, especially the center of the corner or even loose. You got to offset the line, breathe the throttle, or use a different lane to keep the nose working.
And it's so difficult to do here too, because you need perfect everything just to get a good run through the corners at this track, because of how difficult it is with the bumps, as well as with just the lack of banking. This track, they carry 202 miles an hour down into turns 1 and 2, but I mean, was it 12-degree banking we have here? It's just about as flat as it gets here on the NASCAR schedule. There's not really much you can do with that lateral load because you don't have anything to keep you threaded in the track. It's basically the you know, the best parts of super speedway racing mixed with the complexity of, say, like a New Hampshire or something like that, where you really have to get out of the throttle and wait for the car to kind of sit.
57 laps complete. 43 to go. It stops coming for the front runners. Andrew Tenoda, the 51. Talked about it moments ago. His best run he's ever had. I mean, not just this season with the Mid-Atlantic Racing Series, maybe of his career right now. Third on Ryan Fleck. It's his, but can he get the run for second on Angel Hernandez is the question. Has he maybe saved the tire?
Oh, we got a wreck in front of him.
Trouble. It was the 8 of Jonathan Nats. That brings the caution flag out, and everyone will come to pit road this time right in front of the leaders. He's lost it all by himself. You see everyone having to take evasive action on the outside.
Let's spread on board here and see what happens there, because that is a weird spot on the track to get loose like that.
Yeah, those tires were just
It's real
about
tight
cooked.
here. It's got a lot of wheel in it. And just keeps his foot in it.
Sounds like there are some drivers angry at each other during that long run, and race control told them to back it off. That's enough. The extracurriculars. So
On board with the race leader here. Is that wreck happening in front of him?
about a cold run moment for the 74.
Yeah, that's just a weird way to go around there. If you'd have pedaled it a little bit there, you'd been able to keep it straight.
Pit road is open. Everybody makes it down pit road. For tires and fuel. Would you say as well this is definitely the yellow that Angel Hernandez wanted too in the 42s? That way he can catch back up with the 74.
Oh, absolutely. Knew that caution come out to get closer there on the track, as well as a kind of a clean slate. You know, get those 4 freshies underneath you. You can be aggressive there in those first couple laps to try and get by them. You know, the state he was on those Goodyear Eagles there, you know, if he did catch him, I don't think he was going to be able to make too many moves against him. Cross the line there, the triplet's going to win the race off pit road. Hernandez comes out second. Tenold coming out third, got third right before the wreck happened there. Good run for the 51 machine continues. Let's see if it'll withstand this restart. As you see, Justin Barkley, good run there in the 57 machine, currently sitting fourth, and White Walker rounding out the top 5.
Extended service for Josh Grasso, Zach Case, Michael Gervey. I think they're trying to pack it full of fuel here. Again, they were trying to save fuel.
Remember, Grasso got
Go ahead.
Grasso got wrecked there. I don't think he was fuel saving. I think he had a lot of damage to that car.
Absolutely,
yeah. Maybe some toe link.
Going to take his time here when it comes to repairs. Of course, longer time here around with the long length of Auto Club Speedway. Again, this is what happened with Grasso in the 1. There was contact with Brandon Bagaski. They were fighting for the same position as he caught the wall. And then something else happened later that we may have missed. We're being told this happened on lap 36 because Grasso was in 13th, 14th at the time. Watch this.
Yeah, this was the...
Actually, this was the same thing. Just another angle of it, so. So we'll reset here on this restart with 40 laps to go, and this is going to make things interesting to see if we see some drivers play the fuel game or will we see some drivers top off on fuel, because we said the window just about 30 laps coming on in. There's 1 stop left for the drivers here in this race for a majority, but will some save fuel? There's one driver that we know that knows how to save fuel very well. He's in that 8th position, Chance Manning. That's how he won Indianapolis many weeks ago. Wyatt Walker has also won on fuel strategy, not on fuel strategy, but also different strategy earlier this season.
Indy, that feels like a lifetime ago at this point.
Absolutely. Wesley Triplett, Angel Hernandez, row 1. Andrew Tenold and Justin Barkley, row 2. Ryan Fleck, Wyatt Walker, row 3. Matt Forns, Dominic Barbagallo, row 4. Chance Manning, row 4. Dominic Barbagallo and Caleb McKinney round out the top 10. Triplett set to fire. As the control car, his dummy racing teammate Ryan Fleck inside row 3. We're back to green. Again, a lot of drivers selected the outside line for this restart. Not the launch Ryan Fleck wanted as well, as he loses a spot, maybe 2. Really 3 wide off the corner there. Triplett breaking the draft and nobody going with them. Fleck and Walker battle for 5th. Manning out of the groove, 4 wide in 3 and 4 for just a moment. Caleb McKinney about forced the issue. And almost got caught up in the wall there. Fleck pops back in line down to the 7th spot. Run for Barbagallo once again in the 77 through 1 and 2. Doesn't have the draft though, needs some help from behind. Ford's trying to. His lowest spot in the race so far in 10.
Andrew Hernandez right now working the middle lane, trying to find a little bit of clean air to get to the back bumper of your race leader, Wesley Triplett. Triplett trying to pull away right now. Tenold now getting up to the back bumper of the 42 machine, giving him a little bit of a push down the front straightaway.
I'm trying to pull up to Wesley Triplett.
Oh, look at the send.
That helped out what Andrew Tenold, quickest lap of the race.
Oh, it didn't work.
40-64. And Hernandez caught the wall. Andrew Tenold crosses over as they drag race off for 2. Tenold can't clear the 42 just yet. Will he get help from Justin Barkley possibly? Oh, Tenold a little
here.
tight.
Tenold's going to slide up to the door here through 3 and 4. A little bit of side draft, though. It's going to hold the 42 at bay. Here comes Tenold now diving all the way down to the flat on the front stretch to try and clear him.
We're hearing that Chance Manning made some... Oh!
Oh,
Tenold off the bumper of Wyatt Walker. What a save! Oh,
That's
maybe
not
not. Maybe not. Oh, no. Tenold goes around.
He still keeps it pointed.
Oh, man. Went through the gravel, but oh. Now he goes around.
Ugh.
Oh, keep it off the wall.
Don't hit it.
Oh, dang, that is heartbreak for the 51. On a career night. 51, I said. This is what happened with Manning off for 4. He just caught the wall there. No harm, no foul. Manning in the 4th position. Wyatt Walker now in 3rd. Here's another look. Well, here's another look here. Obviously not intentional. No, oh yeah, there was contact.
That's a 0. No, that's
Wyatt
a 0
just
right
got
there.
Yeah,
They did not-
Wyatt caught
they
the
did not
back of
touch.
Tenold.
They did not touch. That was 0. That's just how on edge these cars are.
It'll be a 50-50 call that each side will have their opinion.
It didn't look like it for me. I mean, we'll have to take another look at it maybe from the onboard. But it looked like it was just air from where I was sitting.
Let's see here. This will give you the best angle.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
they did
yeah,
not
you're right.
touch.
They did not touch.
Been there.
Barely.
I've been there on both ends of that.
Won't say net
on
code.
that stick a time
Net
or two.
code.
I have
Hey,
one
Wyatt,
net
wonder
code.
Wyatt Walker.
That was arrow, man.
Wyatt Walker in the 2nd spot for right now. Hernandez wants his position back. A great run for the 7185 car. Was trying to end this season out with a bang, looking for his second win of the season. His first game at Darlington.
Yeah, you were talking about career days. This is one here that Wyatt Walker was definitely looking for as well. Been a bit of an up and down season here for these guys. Really good run for him tonight.
How close this was. Never even hit him.
Nope. That's just look. I did that at Darlington the week that they added that to the sim. We went to Darlington, and through 1 and 2, I got a little ticked off because I got stuffed into the fence and had a race winning car. So restarted like 7th or 8th or something like that. And there's like 4 guys in front of me in 4 laps. I just pulled the air off the spoiler and watched them spin down to the apron.
That case in the wall in the 6th. This was one of the drivers that was trying to save fuel earlier on. There's been some interesting stuff we're hearing that's been happening in the back of this pack.
Just trying to have a little bit of fun here to close out the season.
Watch this.
I think it's going to be the same thing. Oh, no, that's
oh, no.
That's a dive right there. And Junior Nation standing on their feet right now.
Yeah.
Just grab that quarter pound coming in. Late dive. You gotta. Yeah, no one to send it there and win not to. But... Right,
Wyatt Walker is there.
Yeah, Walker just showing some pace here in the closing stages tonight.
He's definitely made some adjustments throughout the race after starting 7th, faded near the back, but he's regained his way back up near the front. Obviously, highest spot he's been in all race long.
This right here, this is one of those tracks. If you can run real well here at Auto Club, this is one of those places that kind of points you could probably get the job done anywhere. Because this is one of those tracks where you really need to have the whole package. You need to have the tire management. You need to have, you know, the knowledge of how to manipulate the air, how to manipulate the cars around you. And on top of it, you got to have a perfect strategy. And right now, we're seeing all this play out for these top 2 guys.
Go ahead.
Wesley Triplett just been dominant all afternoon as we look at battle right now for 3rd place. Angel Hernandez going at it with Chance Manning. And Manning also one of those guys looking for a good way to end this season because the last half of the year has been a little bit rocky for the 54.
The crossover from Manning. I think Hernandez popped the wall for just a moment, and so Hernandez in the last 3 to 5 laps has lost a pair of spots. He's now down in the 4th position. He'll work his way around the outside. Same with Wyatt Walker. Helping him out a little bit. Look how he's cut the gap down. It's under 0.2 of a second between Triplett and Walker. Wesley Triplett, you've got company for the race lead.
Oh, and Hernandez stuck into the fence here into turn 3.
Not with the 42 car wanted there either.
Oh, look at this Walker. Great run out of turn 4. Up to the bumper now, down to the bottom. Here comes Wyatt Walker. He's going to lead it by a nose here at the stripe with 28 laps to go. Is he going to be able to steal it, though? Triplett not trying to side drift here into 1 and 2. Triplett going to work the outside line. Here comes Walker trying to complete the slider.
Look at Chance Manning in the 54 wants to play as well. Triple threat match for the race lead off for turn 2.
Oh, we got one around.
Walker around to the 9.
And Case just got on pit road.
And Zach Case, did he get the yellow he wanted there possibly, as long as he doesn't go a lap down?
I think he's good.
That may have been the call of the year possibly. Case is exiting pit road. Let's watch this race closely and the race off of pit road. Case has got to beat the light here. Enters and exits pit road. Oh,
I think the light's out.
He's a lap down. Dak nearly played that to perfection.
I think Walker realized.
He'll get a wave around though.
Walker slowed down a lot there when the caution came out. Then he realized that Zach Case was on pit road. I think he sped up there to kind of hold him at bay because, I mean, if Zach Case came out of pit road there in front of Walker, he would have gotten
a new leader.
Would have gotten the lead.
Exactly. Yeah.
So very smart heads up driving there from Wyatt Walker just to maintain that top spot here.
That's IQ racing right there. So this should be the final stop of the race for everybody, just to top off on fuel. 4 tires and fuel would be the way to go. What I'm interested to seeing if we'll see any other strategy here. Will somebody maybe gamble for 2 tires? Now, it's not the ideal way to go, but maybe when you're thinking of track position, maybe hoping for a couple of yellows. We'll just have to see. Two tire. No, we got a couple of fuel onlys, I should say. Top 3 take fuel only. The rest all take 4 tires. So Angel Hernandez wins the race off of pit road. Followed by Justin Barkley, Michael Smith, Wyatt Walker, Chance Manning, Wesley Triplett, Dominic Barbagallo, Caleb McKinney, Aaron Barnacle, Matt Forns, your top 10. Here's what happened, by the way, in the caution flag with Ryan Fleck. Just lost it all by himself off for 2. That we'll be choosing this time. Oh boy, Hernandez almost popped it. Yeah.
Almost gave him a little smooch there. I think with this caution, though, Grosso's going to be able to have all the damage fixed.
While we are at it, let's talk about what's happening around the corner here on Green Flag TV. Right now, the SFRO Stock Championship going on at South Boston. On Thursday night, we've got the NASCAR Caswell Glass Company Series at Nashville Fairgrounds. And we're back on Monday with the High Tide Racing League at Homestead Miami Speedway. It's at 9 p.m. So again, all on Green Flag TV. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Look how close our choose cone got to Angel Hernandez.
See the choose cone driver trembling at the wheel there.
Angel Hernandez and Michael Smith, row 1. Justin Barkley took fuel only. He's next to Wyatt Walker. Chance Manning, Dominic Barbagallo, row 3. Wesley Triplett, Aaron Barnacle, row 4. Caleb McKinney, Matt Forns. They round out the top 10. Ready to come back to the green flag.
Oh.
Stack up for Michael Smith or Wyatt Walker. Some wheel spin on the inside line. 4 wide on the restart into turn 1. Wesley Triplett going to make it interesting.
Triplett sends it in by the paint here. Sends it deep into the corner. It's going to be 3 wide now between him and the 85 machine of Walker. Not going to have the momentum to pull down the back straight with those. Walker and Barbagallo go side by side down the backstretch right behind Chance Manning. A little bit of side drive, a little bit of contact there between the 85 machine and the 77 down into turn 3. Here comes Walker with the send to the bottom.
Barbagallo nearly caught the back of Chance Manning at the same time. Top 2 that took fuel home early are in trouble. Oh, Barkley got sideways off for turn 4. And Manning with a big bump draft. Meanwhile, Caleb McKinney around off for turn number 4. No caution yet as he's in the grass. Keeps it straight for right now. Will stay green. Side by side for second. Still off for turn number 2. Barbagallo, slide job up on the 57 of Barkley. Can he get it to work? Yes, he can. Barbagallo back up to second. Here comes Walker and here comes Chance Manning.
Manning to the back bumper, the 85, giving him a push down the back straightaway here to try and get the momentum back up into that 85 machine. Walker sends it deep, gets the door shut in his face. Here comes Barbagallo, now side by side with the race leader, Angel Hernandez.
Oh, what a run. The 77
he almost loses
got
it.
He's sideways. Hernandez catches the wall at the same time. Angel Hernandez with great defense hangs on to the race lead for now, but Barbagallo, Wyatt Walker closing it fast. The 77 quickest lap of the race at a 40.61.
The inside lane here for the race lead. Here comes the 77 machine of Barbagallo. Almost got there last time, not able to out of turn 2. The 42 machine of Hernandez works the outside line perfectly down the back straightaway to pull ahead. Oh, here comes 85 Walker.
For Walker, though.
Grab
And
the quarter
it's 3
panel.
wide for the race lead at Auto Club Speedway.
I'm worried for Walker here. I don't think he's going to have the momentum here. Big wiggle out of the 85 machine. Almost loses it, saves it out of turn 4. But here comes Manning.
Hernandez somehow hanging on to the race lead. Chance Manning, like you said, moves up to third. 5 cars under a blanket for the top spot. Here goes Barbagallo. Is this the moment he finally gets the lead back? This time for the 42 off the corner. Can't get him cleared just yet, but does he have the help? Look at Chance Manning, the 54. Gives the push instead to Angel Hernandez. It allows the 42 to keep the race lead. Angel cracks the wall, though, going into the corner.
Hernandez pushes ahead just by a smidge here into 3 and 4. The 77 machine of Barbagallo trying to get to the quarter panel again.
Oh,
up to
he's
the bumper,
there!
They make contact.
He's
He almost
there!
turns
Stack
him.
up amongst
Around
the
goes
top
Hernandez.
3. What a save for the 42. But a new leader across the line. It's Dominic Barbagallo. 5th lead change in the evening with 20 to go. But here comes Wyatt Walker in the 85.
And Hernandez tries to get to him, gets tight up the
tires
hill.
The tires, I think, are toast on the 42.
No, I think we saw a little bit of smoke coming out of the helmet there on the 42 machine too. Now Walker slides back up into second place here behind Barbagallo. Barbagallo gets loose into 3, almost loops it.
Good save for now.
He's still loose.
Barbagallo now loose.
Did Barbagallo take 2 on that stop or 4?
He took 4. Here's a run for Manning in the 54. And a big run off for Wyatt Walker. And now Manning goes top shelf where Mama hides the cookies.
You know, the amount of times we've heard you say that this year, I think your mama's going to find a new hiding spot for them cookies next season.
Barbagallo, he knows he's in a box, can't break the draft on both sides. And Manning throws the slide job. Oh, Walker got the back of him though.
Oh, almost around goes the 54. Oh, and he does go around.
Manning goes around. Hernandez caught a piece of it too. Caution flag waves with 19 to go. Let's show you first the McKinney spin, and we'll ride on board with them. We are hearing as well that on that caution flag, and there was contact off the 45. On this current caution flag, Chance Manning got loose. Manning, the penalty is against him.
They threw a pretty substantial slide job there. Got up in front of the machine of Wyatt Walker, and same thing we saw earlier. Walker not afraid to try to pull the air on the spoiler of the car in front of him. It just kind of got Manning slotted up sideways there, and then they touched after it.
Yeah, man, you see Manning got sideways.
Yeah, it was a heavy checkup there. Then he was just trying to get it back. And Walker just, you check up for a guy once. You don't necessarily want to do it 2, 3 more times before they figure it out.
And we are seeing a mixed bag of strategy here in this situation. That was just about Martinsville Morse code that the 71 gave. So expecting these stops to actually, as I say that, think about this here, guys. Got 17 laps to go. Only amongst the drivers here, the 3 drivers that stayed out. Justin Barkley, that took fuel only last time by. Justin Barkley, Michael Smith, and Angel Hernandez. They still have a set of tires. They're taking them right now. So this is kind of a yellow that they wanted at the same time. So keep an eye on Barkley, Hernandez, and Michael Smith. They'll have 9 laps of fresher tires. Everyone else repairing damage.
That's a question we always kind of run into with the Auto Club, though. You know, the tire wear is a pretty big thing, but the heat cycles really kind of rein everybody back in. When you get these cautions like this, gives you a chance to cool those Goodyear Eagles, and you kind of equalize with the guys that come out on fresher stuff. It's really hard to find that advantage, especially with the way you can play the air here on fresh tires as opposed to just staying out for track position.
Choosing this time with under 20 laps to go.
Right
on board here with the choose cone. This is what gives you nerves.
I bet he's shaking behind the wheel right now.
He doesn't have concern.
I don't know. He's pretty nervous at last caution. Don't think they have enough hazard pay for the choose cone driver here.
So we'll keep an eye on 13th, 15th, and 16th. That's Hernandez, Barkley, and Smith. They have 9 laps of fresher tires. Oh yeah, I have that paint too as well in another car. So reset the field here. We'll have 15 to go when we come back to green. Dominic Barbagallo, Wesley Triplett, row 1. Matt Forns and Wyatt Walker, row 2. Andrew Tenold, Aaron Barnacle, row 3. Nate Lee, Dennis Kane, row 4. Wayne Garland, Ryan Fleck. That's the top 10 on this restart.
Triplett blinking out here, coming out of turn 4.
You see Triplett laying back just a little bit to know when the 77 fires. If not to time the restart. Bad launch from Dennis Kane in the 99. He drops down the leaderboard a bunch of spots. But this field is not stacked up like the last restart. A lot of it's singled out here for now. Matt Ford's taking advantage of restarting behind the 77. As he's now in the second spot. But here's the run for Wesley Triplett. Can he grab it here into 3? 2 fastest cars all day long. Been Triplett and Barbagallo, but it's Barbagallo out in front of this field with 14 to go. Forns and Triplett stay side by side, and Forns able to clear the 74.
14 laps left here for your race leader, Dominic Barbagallo, as he tries to hold off the 10 machine of Matt Forns. Forns close up to the bumper here into turn 1.
Well, that's mid-pack.
It's going to be a good run for Forns here. Look at this. Forns is going to get a great run out of turn 2.
Look at the 42, though. Angel Hernandez. We mentioned he was in 13th on that last restart. He's already in the 8th position, folks. This race is not over amongst the top 3. Angel Hernandez will be a contender before this race ends.
No, Triplett grabs the fence out of turn 4, but gets a good run now down to the bottom, trying to get past the 10 machine of Forns.
Forns trying to block that run at the same time, and Triplett is there for second. Triplett quickest car last time by 40.44.
Good run off the top there for the 10 machine of Forns. That closes him back up to the bumper, the race leader. Low shot coming into turn 3. Now Forns wrapping the outside line again through 3 and 4s to 77. Barbagallo tries to cover the bomb to make that 74 machine of Triplett tight.
Give credit as well to the driver in 6th, Aaron Barnacle. Haven't talked about him since the wreck he had in the first caution flag. He's back up in the 6th position. 12 laps remaining. And you see behind him Angel Hernandez in 7th on the fresher tires in the 42.
Also, look guys, look who's worked their way back into 4th place, that 51 machine at Tenold.
Absolutely, after the spin he had, that did not bring out a caution. That last yellow was definitely what the doctor ordered for the 51. Tenold is up into the 4th position.
He clears he's trying to clear the guy that got him crossed up last time he was up here. Walker going to fall in line behind him here.
Oh,
Tenold
contact!
now.
Hernandez and Nate Lee. Lee onto the apron. No harm, no foul. Barbagallo trying the shorter line just to play defense. If you're Forns, do you try and set up upstairs, or maybe even the same for Wesley Triplett?
I try to pull the air off the spoiler of that car in front of you at this point.
Oh, they had big runs. Barbagallo slams the door right in Triplett's face. And watch the launch that Forns gets off for turn number 4.
Oh, there it is. There's a wiggle.
Go to the 2nd position, and Forns to get a big run on Barbagallo. Does he take it here? Not yet. 10 laps to go at Auto Club Speedway.
Barbagallo Forns playing pretty smart here, though. He saw that Barbagallo was weak there coming down the front straightaway. If he'd have gotten to the inside, that would have opened up an opportunity for Triplett to maybe have another glance at it coming into turn 1 if he'd have wrapped the outside line. So he chose to stay to the back bumper of the car in front of him and just give him a push to try and build a little bit of separation. Now they come into turn 3. Another great run for the 10 machine of Forns. He's going to go up to the top here.
Up on the 3rd groove is where Matt Forns is. Will he get the exit this time? Joe coming from Barbagallo once again. 9 laps remain in the season. It's still Barbagallo out in front. Angel Hernandez on the freshest tires is stuck in 6th. It's not with this lead train of cars. Tenold up at the wall to 51.
That was a great corner there for Barbagallo.
Absolutely. He's so good in 1 and 2 compared to 3 and 4. I think that's where Forns has the advantage. Again, they're trying to go where Barbagallo won't go.
Not
Dominic
a good corner
as
for Forns
well.
there.
Haven't talked too much about this yet tonight. Dominic Barbagallo looking for win 3 to close out the year. Hasn't won since Michigan. Late in the regular season. Ford's looking for his first of the year. Same with the 74 of Triplett. And side by side for second. This is going to allow the 77 to maybe increase that lead. Currently at a 1/4 of a second for right now.
Bit of a bobble there. You hear it from Barbagallo. Not quite the corner he was hoping for there. Loses a little bit of momentum as you see the 10 machine start to close a little bit on the back bumper here. Forns just getting monster runs through 3 and 4 here.
Absolutely, yeah. He didn't get a monster run that time, though. The second half of the Speedway. Andrew Tenold on board with him as he's sideways in the 51. Not just once, but twice. That may cost him a spot to Wyatt Walker, and it does.
I wonder if Walker maybe tried to pull that spoiler off there again like he did earlier.
Possibly. What do you think of that? 6 to go here at the line. It's still Forns and Triplett racing for second. Here's what happened.
Yeah, he's been pretty good with that intimidate button.
Yeah, he was way loose before he got there. And Angel Hernandez trying to grab a couple extra spots. He's now down. Oh! Hernandez turns fluck! What a save from the 9. We stay green. And that will likely end Angel's chances of a win there, no question about it, with 6 laps to go. The fresher tires. That's what's the race here for the 5 spot. And they're just racing fighting for the same piece of real estate. Up on the wall there went Wyatt Walker. 5 laps remain at Auto Club Speedway. 3 cars a chance to win it. They're each separated by a car length. No, Fleck tried to pull out a line, I think.
I think maybe he was trying to offset a little bit there coming into 1 and 2. Wasn't expecting Hernandez to be so close to the quarter panel.
Look at the launch there from Fords off for turn 2. He's right there. Does Fords pop out of line this time? No, he waits once again. Wesley
Oh,
Triplett takes
fuck.
advantage of it. He clips the apron. Contact with Barbagallo. Matt Fords tries to get the run off for turn 4. 4 laps remaining in the season and 3 cars with a chance to win it. Somehow Barbagallo remains out in front.
Horns really cut Barbagallo a break there. Because Barbagallo lost a whole lot of speed there, and Forns just cracked the throttle there.
Again, Barbagallo driving defensive for his 3rd win of the season. Matt Fords looking for his 1st win of the year. When do you go if you're Matt Fords? Have these run? He may almost went now, but it's like he's playing possum, trying to save that run for the outside and not taking it down the back straight. But I feel like this point late in the game, if Fords has a run here, Sheldon, he's got to take it.
No, he should have taken it about 5 laps ago when he had the run. But I think he's more so worried about what Triplett's going to do, because we've seen how aggressive that 74 machine's going to be here, how much he wants this win. I don't think he wants to put himself in a situation.
Fords, too much of a run in one. And then the wall he goes.
It doesn't hurt him that bad. Barbagallo
did not.
struggles to get off the corner. Here comes a huge run from the 10 machine on the backstretch.
He's got to take it here. He's got to take it. He waits instead. Barbagallo plays defensive. Matt Fords, top shelf for Mama hides the cookies. Does he get the run off for turn 4 this time? I don't know if he does, but gets a big toe. Coming to 2 laps to go, 4 miles remains, and now Barbagallo tries to break the draft and play the stake. Does Fords go for it here? No, he doesn't. He waits. You see the throttle left. Staying patient.
I think he's just trying to avoid getting tight behind him coming into the corner.
I think that's the case at the same time. Anderson Nold back. Oh, Bravo back! Around goes Nate Lee, and we are going to overtime to close out the season.
And that changes everything.
Absolutely it does. And that is definitely the yellow you wanted to if you're Angel Hernandez. Is able to restart back up here with the leaders, and I think Fords was setting himself up for a picture-perfect run. And that yellow will have to wait. Here's what happened, racing Aaron Barnacle for the 7th spot.
Across the seam right there, you see it?
He did it all by himself. And somebody had nowhere to go. It was Justin Barkley. It shatters the hood pins.
Across the seams like that when you got a throttle loaded into the back of it, and sometimes it will snap right out from under you, and that's just what you saw right there.
Absolutely.
Oh, they got the hood reattached pretty quick there. Give them that.
Well, this is a huge choose here. I feel like in this situation, when they do choose, if I'm Matt Fords, I would rather be behind Barbagallo, in my opinion, just so you can get the launch.
No, you definitely have to line up behind the leader here. Because if you line behind the leader, you technically can have control of the restart, depending on how aggressive you want to be with that front bumper. You can hang him out to dry there into 1 and 2 if you time it right.
This is going to allow as well, in overtime, this will allow Barbagallo to play defensive and throw blocks. Nobody has tires left in this one, so everyone just going to top off on fuel. Make some repairs. They should choose this time. And they will. And we'll have to see Forns goes. I expect Barbagallo to take the bottom here. Let's see here. Forns goes to the outside. That I did not see coming, and this also allows Wesley Triplett. Remember, he's been just as good as Barbagallo tonight. Definitely has the chance to time the restart here and follow Barbagallo. They could be 1-2 into turn 1. But also keep an eye on Hernandez. He restarts in the 5th position at the same time. Wyatt Walker outside row 2 will restart 4th.
And don't count out that 85 machine either. Wyatt Walker's been pretty quick here tonight, too.
Absolutely. Tell you this too, Brandon Puffenbarger somehow had a set of tires left. Hernandez and Tenold in row 3. Caleb McKinney, Aaron Barnacle, row 4. Dennis Kane and Brian White. That's the top 10. We have up to 3 attempts at a green-white checkered. If we take the white flag, you'll go to the checkers no matter what happens. If a yellow comes out before the white, we'll try it again. Overtime to close out this season of the Mid-Atlantic Racing Series. What better way to close it than this way? Back to green. Oh, Wyatt Walker sideways. Spun the tires around he goes. Take 2, and Zach Case catches a piece of it too. And we will re-choose once again. And that allows Angel Hernandez to now move up into the 4th position. That's a tough deal for Wyatt Walker, a driver who had a race-winning car this evening.
All came down to that one caution there.
Caught the bumper and then just a lot of wheel spin.
I think maybe a little bit of help from Tenold there too, looked like. Because Tenold was heavy on the back bumper, that 85 there on that restart.
Absolutely, he was.
Maybe a little drivers never forget anything after the earlier incident.
They're like Jimmy Spencer. They never forget.
No, he lost it.
He didn't
before
catch
the end.
him.
He lost it before.
Never
You see,
caught
there
him
you go.
one bit.
You see,
That has nothing to do with Darrell.
You stepped on it earlier, and I stepped on it there. That's why we don't assume things up here in the Green Flag TV booth.
Watch Zach Case. Definitely a tough break for him and his championship hopes. Next time by should be the choose. Now you get a second chance to regroup. Now, do you consider choosing a different lane, especially if you're the drivers that were behind Wyatt Walker before the caution flag?
If I'm Forns, I am mirroring whatever it is he does here. Because I just don't see where having the opposite lane here on this restart is going to benefit. He's lock up behind that 77 and try and push him through the restart zone.
I still feel like, though, as if he's, confident on the outside that he'll go for it there.
I mean, you can definitely be confident on the outside, but the thing is, you want to go win, or if not, before the leader goes. If you start behind him, you can push him into that restart zone and both y'all get going quick. You clear that third place or the second place car pretty easy. And you could just make it a battle between the two y'all into the corner if you time it out right. But if you start on the outside line, you're waiting to go when he goes because you don't want to get that penalty. And more often than not, I mean, the likelihood is you're going to miss the restart compared to him, and that inside line's going to go, and you're going to have a whole lot to fight through 1 and 2.
But once again, Foreign selects the top. Hernandez chooses the top here as well. And again, keep an eye on the 42 car, as he's got the 9 laps of fresher tires compared to the 77 and the 10. If they still have heat of them and they still have life, Hernandez will have a shot at this win. Take 2. Dominic Barbagallo and Matt Forns, row 1. Wesley Triplett, Angel Hernandez, row 2. Caleb McGinney, after spinning earlier tonight, he's back in 5th. Andrew Tanold next to him. Dennis Kane, Aaron Barnacle, row 4. Michael Smith, Brian White round out the top 10. Triplett staying behind Hernandez. I'm not too sure what this is all about here. We've seen a little bit of gamesmanship being played, possibly. Not the launch for Matt Forns. We're back to green. Hernandez up on the wall, loses a spot down to 5th. 3 wide now for 2nd. Here comes Caleb McKinney in this 76 car. This allows Barbagallo to pull away just a little bit, but it's 3x3 off for turn 2, near contact there.
That was a huge hang back there on that restart from Triplett.
Absolutely. I'm not sure if it was about getting the toe or just trying to, I think it may have been at the same time, trying to avoid any possible wheel spin. They're side by side for 2nd off for turn number 4. They face the white flag this time by. 1 lap to go in the season. Dominic Barbagallo is out in front, but it's Wesley Triplett behind, trying to get his first win of the season. He's come oh so close so many times. Is tonight the night he gets it done? We'll just have to wait and find out. Now the back shoot as Triplett gets up in the wall. Hernandez now underneath for the 2nd position. They are going crazy behind them. Wayne Garland has crashed. Jonathan Nance has crashed. Final time in the turns, number 3 and 4. It's the driver of the Bird Racing, number 77. Dominic Barbagallo won at Michigan's ugly cousin earlier this year. Tonight he gets the win at Auto Club Speedway. Sideways goes Wesley Triplett. Dominic Barbagallo takes the checkered flag and wins. And across the line comes Joshua Grasso, your Mid-Atlantic Racing Series champion. So Grasso gets the championship. Dominic Barbagallo in the end gets his 3rd win of the year. Again, won at Michigan earlier this season. Josh Grasso will let Dominic Barbagallo have his moment. As your race winner, and he'll light them up before we get to results.
Well, the 16 car is doing a burnout on the back straightaway.
It'll be a Polish victory burnout. There's the donuts. Ooh.
Best
So
tech
the
somehow.
results here, yeah, he tried. The results from tonight: Dominic Barbagallo wins in a race that lasted 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 44 seconds. Matt Ford second, Angel Hernandez third, Andrew Tenold in fourth, Aaron Barnacle fifth, Kayla McKinney in sixth, Brandon Puffenbarger seventh, Dennis Kane in eighth, Brian White ninth, and Wesley Triplett in 10th.
Coming home in 11th place tonight is going to be the championship winner, the one machine of Josh Grosso, followed by Zach Case in 12th. 13th goes to the 13 machine of Michael Gerby with Nate Lee coming home 14th. 15th goes to the 9 machine of Ryan Fleck with Wayne Garland in 16th. 17th goes to the 8 machine of Jonathan Nance, followed by Michael Smith, Chance Manning, and an unfortunate turn of events for Wyatt Walker after looking like one of the better cars here tonight comes home P20.
21st this evening goes to Justin Barkley, 22nd Ed Brown, Ryan Walker 23rd, Brandon Bagaski 24th, and John Walker 25th. That is how the season comes to a close. So we are set to go. We'll talk to your race winner here first, Dominic Barbagallo, who gets the job done. Dominic, congratulations on the win, but it was not an easy final few laps. What were you thinking going into overtime?
Why does overtime have to exist? That's what I was thinking. Other than that, I thought on cold tires, I felt my car fired off really well, especially off the exits of 2 and 4. I felt great, and I can't speak. I won. There you go. I won.
Well, did you feel like you had the best car at the end in that battle between you, Matt Forns, and Wesley Triplett?
Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I thought, I don't know if I think I was driving 100%. I honestly, I couldn't tell. I didn't really have to, because next gen, you just get in front of someone and kind of just win in a way. And sometimes, especially at a track like this, I think Wesley Triplett had a really good car. Matt was just, I didn't tell Matt to block, but Matt was blocking for me, which is awesome. That's why I love Matt. Honestly, it's one of those two guys had the best car. And then Angel, I guess. Angel had a really fast car at the end.
Well, a great win for you. Good way to end the season. Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
My entire team: Caleb, Aaron, Shuey. He wasn't here, but he was there. He was there in spirit. I hope where we all finished, I hope that was enough to win the team championship. That's all that matters to me. If we don't win, the season was a failure. That's how I think about it.
Well, we will let you go. Congratulations on the win, though, regardless, Dominic, and a great season for you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You as well. Dominic Barbagallo taking the race win. That's finish of the season for the driver of the number 10, Matt Forns. He is with Sheldon. And Sheldon, I'm going to give you the third place guy, too, after this.
Sounds good. Sitting here with the second place runner tonight, Matt Forns. And honestly, looked like if the caution didn't come out there in the closing laps, potentially the winner here tonight from Auto Club. Look, you're really just timing out when that run was going to be, when you were going to utilize it. What was going through your head there in them closing laps?
Well, in the closing laps, Dom and I, we were just trying to wrap up at least 1-2 for the team points and hopefully pull a team championship out of it. So I was just trying to throw some dirty air on P3 behind us and, just hang out. I was a little faster than him, and I told him when that caution came out, I was like, Dom, I was about to put it on you on that white flag lap, because I think I did have the speed. If I could have got to his top and gone around him, I probably could have got him. But as long as we got the team points, I'm good with it.
So great run here tonight, Auto Club. Bit of an up and down season, I think you'd admit. But what was it that just really clicked with you here tonight at Auto Club? Because this is a track where it really takes a lot of driver talent and a lot of knowledge of what's going on around you. How'd you feel out there tonight at Auto Club?
I love this track. I think Auto Club puts on some fantastic racing. It's so wide. You can take any line and be fast. It does help that last week in another league, I ran a 100-lap race here. So that was helpful. But yeah, Auto Club's just a fun track. I tend to be able to save my tires decently here. So kind of works out in the long run.
Well, pretty decent length break for the Mid-Atlantic Racing Series here coming up after tonight. First off, how you plan on spending the off season, and what are the chances of you coming back next year?
I'd like to come back if the time and the format stays the same. Yeah, I'd like to come back. I've had fun racing over here. But during the off season, I'll just be busy. I'm in a different league that I co-own, so I'll be, focusing on that. I'd kind of come over here and hide out and just race. It makes it a little bit more fun.
Well, congratulations on a stellar end to this season here for the Mid-Atlantic Racing Series. Who do you want to thank and shout out for this great run tonight at Auto Club?
I give Green Flag TV a shout out. Y'all's broadcasters are top notch. I always like going back and watching them, and also some of the other leagues that y'all do. And give Mars a shout out, all the admins, all the drivers. I had fun this season, so looking forward to it again next season.
Well, congratulations on the podium and making it through a long season of racing. Looking forward to seeing what you bring to the table next year, and thanks for coming up here and talking with us tonight.
No problem, man. Appreciate it. Y'all take it easy.
And now I'll be sitting. Oh, there you go. Sorry about that. I'm sitting here with a third place finisher here tonight, driver the number 42, Credit 1 Ford Mustang. That is Angel Hernandez. And Angel, great run tonight. I know you had hopes for the championship here this season. Things kind of didn't work out all year long, but a great rally at the end of the season. How you feeling?
Just mixed emotions. I felt like I had a pretty good car there to go for a win. Kind of let myself down in the pitch strategy whenever that, I think, second to last caution came out. And then on that last restart, I thought I had a good chance at the win, and then kind of a lousy restart by Matt kind of held me back. So I don't know if that was a teammate thing or what, but I don't know. It just kind of put me out. It didn't feel like racing, but overall, it was just good season, I'd say. Just to come back from wherever it was in points to second, third, somewhere around there.
It was definitely a great late season rally for you through the points. It felt like at the beginning half of the year, you're kind of struggling a little bit with from up here in the booth at least, it seemed like you're struggling a little bit with the next gen platform. You were lights out quick last year in the O'Reilly car. Was that more or less what it was? Just a little bit of growing pains, getting used to the different chassis?
I think it was that, and then just, I think I've mentioned it before, so there were some incidents early on in the races that just sort of led to every race being an uphill battle. So I don't know, it could have been that, but I don't remember honestly the first half of the season, much of it.
Well, the end half is definitely the most important part. Is there anything that you think you could have done different there on those last couple restarts, though, to maybe pick up a couple extra spots, get up there and have contention there for that checkered flag?
I'm not sure there was much else. I think I've always struggled with the last restart. For whatever reason, the tires feel like they're made out of, I don't know, paper or something. But yeah, I mean, I think I did all the moves that I could. Maybe, again, if Matt maybe got a better restart, I could have gotten a shot at it. But yeah, not much else.
Well, Angel, congratulations on a podium finish here tonight and a good late season recovery. Who do you want to thank and shout out for this performance this evening?
Now, all the Dunk Dunk guys, I think we did well all season. I'm not sure if I think we lost the team championship, but I'm not sure. But thanks to them and then you guys for broadcasting, putting up some very good broadcasts.
Well, thanks for taking the time to come up here and chat with us after a strong third place finish here tonight. Looking forward to seeing you hopefully return when we come back at the end of the off season this year. Got any plans on picking up the wheel and coming back for another season?
Most likely, yeah. Barring any schedule changes or anything, yeah, I should be back.
Well, looking forward to seeing that 42 machine rip around the Speedway yet again once we kick things back off. And I'll hand it on over to Marty with our championship winner, driver the number 1 Dr. Pepper machine, Josh Grosso.
Yes, absolutely. Josh, finally, it's official. Atlantic Racing Series champion, how does it feel?
Oh man, it feels great. It was a long season. I'm glad to finally get it done, even if today wasn't the best race.
Oh, man, I tell you what, you have been the absolute class of the field all season, the driver to beat. What's it like when you're the hunted instead of the huntee? I guess I'll ask you that.
It's definitely different. You have to try and play it safe, but not too safe. Still try and have the speed, but try to avoid getting into messes.
Josh, this season, where do you feel, from your perspective, was the turning point on the year?
Probably that Homestead win that I pulled out because Daytona's Daytona, but after I got Homestead, I felt like I probably had the speed because this is my first season with this group, so I didn't really know where I was up until then.
How are we gonna enjoy this one tonight?
I just go to bed.
Go to bed. You'll enjoy it tomorrow then. Well,
Thank you guys.
Josh, real quick, who do you want to give shout outs to before we let you go?
I just want to give a shout out to my whole team. I know we were in it for the team's championship, and it didn't go our way tonight, but still had a great time with them all season, and want to shout them out one more time.
All right, we'll let you go. Well done, Josh. Heck of a season. Congratulations and enjoy it, all right?
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Great broadcast.
All right. Thank you. So we wrap things up here. Sheldon, final thoughts on a great race to close out the season.
Oh, I got a couple. First thing is, Josh Grosso is a man of many words. Is he not, Marty?
Hey, he lets his racing do the talking. So
Absolutely, and he did that all season long. I mean, started this thing off this year at Daytona, absolute clutch performance to win the first race of the season. Followed it off with pretty much stinking up the show everywhere we went by just putting together good, strong, calculated, dominating drives. And honestly, that's what leveraged him the championship here tonight. Because if he'd had a couple bad races in the season and was a couple points back, he'd have really been sweating after he got into that incident early on in the night. But just really good performance from him all year round. Definitely the most deserving champion. Glad to see the format paid that, in full. And as far as the racing tonight, I mean, man, we got to see classic Auto Club. This track has always put on good races. It has always been a treat to watch, commentate, race, whatever. Every perspective you can have of this track, it is always fun. And I hate that this place, is, never coming back. But, man, I'm so glad that we have it here on iRacing. I'm so glad that we got to cover it here tonight. And I'm just glad that they chose, probably the best track on the circuit to finish off this incredible season that we've had here for the Mid-Atlantic Racing Series.
absolutely, same here. It's been a fun season. We've had a lot of great races, and we appreciate you joining us and tuning in all season long. Before I sign off here on behalf of the staff here at the Green Flag TV, I do want to give a shout out to the fearless leader of the Mid-Atlantic Racing Series, that being Corey Crowell, our choose cone driver as well throughout the chase as well. Go ahead.
Don't forget the fuel mileage pit strategy whisperer every time it came down to it.
Yes.
In any race that we've covered here
absolutely.
from Mid-Atlantic, it just always seems like if it comes down to there's a 3-lap shortage on fuel, he was always the one to figure it out before anybody else did. So definitely been great to work for him.
Yes, but we did learn as well that Corey is stepping aside as the league owner, and we wish him the best. And he has put together a hell of a league, without question. So, but look forward to seeing what goes down in the fall. And with that, we bid you adieu for the season. A big shout out to Dustin Ollis pushing the buttons all season long. He has done an incredible job. On behalf of as well our broadcasters that filled in for us throughout the season. And on behalf of my broadcast partner, Sheldon Atkins, Iris Callis saying so long. This broadcast has been a presentation of Green Flag TV and the Mid-Atlantic Racing Series. Congratulations to Dominic Barbagallo on the win. And congratulations to Josh Grosso, your Mid-Atlantic Racing Series champion. Thanks for joining us. So long.